We all want to find that best friend that just cares for us the same way that we care for them. They take care of us, they help us, they support us, they celebrate our win. But sometimes that does not happen. And what we end up realizing is that these people were actually our fake friends. But don't worry, I'm your big sister over here and I'm here to help you how to deal with fake friends. I really think that one of the first things we should all do is to actually identify the type of friends we have. Some people think that just because someone is close, that's your friend. Just because someone knows your name, that's your friend. Just because someone invites you to go out maybe once or twice, those are your friends. And sometimes they are not. Sometimes they are just there out of convenience. Or sometimes they are there just because they want something out of you. So it's not everyone that knows you and everyone that you speak to that they are your friends. So we're going to be walking into different type of friendships that you should be aware of, so you can then differentiate and analyze as well if these are your true friends or not. The first one is what I like to call the party friends. This is the type of people that every time that you go out, they want to go with you. You will spend a good time with them, you will have fun, you guys will do stuff together. You can do that once, twice, every week. However, they are just there because they are party friends, which means every time that you guys have link up at a party or maybe do something specific, that friend will be there. Sometimes it's not exactly a party. Sometimes there's a specific place that you go to or specific people that you meet. Whatever place that is, they are just there for that. For example, gym friends. You guys knew each other's in the gym, but you only speak in the gym. You don't really speak outside, or there's no deeper connection than the gym. It's not just party friends. It can be any type of friendship that it's more linked to a specific place. Party friends, they will not be loyal to you. Let me be real and really tell you that they will not be there for you. And every time that you want to do something different, or every time that you want to be more close to them, you will see that they will start avoiding you. They will start saying that they are too busy, that they don't want to go, they don't want to participate. They participate in everything that it's party related or specific place related, but anything else, they are not there for you. They will always replace you because you are not a really close friend to them. And it's very important for you to know this type of friends around you, because then you understand how to deal with them and how not to consider them your close friends. The next group is actually friends by association, and this is very much linked with the party friends. Most likely when you have a party friends, you will have friends that were not really your friends in the first place, but the only reason why you know them is because there's one person that you're very close to and they know multiple people. So then because you're close to them, you end up knowing those people as well. As soon as you leave that one person, yeah, forget the others because they will not be there for you. Most of these friends, they wouldn't care for you deeply, at least not deeply enough. The only reason why they have a link with you is because of this one person that you guys have a connection with, and most likely they just want to make them happy, so that's why they are friends with you. And if you pay close attention, you will know that. And last but not least is the real friends. This is the ones that they are your ride and die. They are there for you, they are there to support you, they always help you every time that you need. If there is something that they can do for you, they will do it, they will help you, they will support you, they will be with you. And this type of friendships, you will be able to identify them straight away because there's not going to be any doubts in your mind. I always say when it comes to real friends, there's no doubts whatsoever. You know that this person is there for you and they know that you are there for them the same way, and you don't have any doubts about it. When you start having doubts, that's problematic because a real friend will never give you doubts. And even if you guys go into a situation that's going to be rocky for your friendship, eventually you guys will go through it, you pass through it, and you guys will resolve things, because in the end what you both want is to keep that friendship. Now that we are clear on the types of friendships that exist, it is very important for us to walk through the stages of friendship. The reason why I say this is because many people sometimes come to me to say, look Claudia, I have fake friends. In reality, I would like to disagree. The reason for that is that sometimes it's not that you have fake friends. Sometimes you chose your fake friends. The reason why I say that is because before you actually have a deep connection with someone or you start telling them about ABCZ, you should have a little time for you to identify if this person is truly what they're showing to you that they are. There should be certain stages that you have to walk through for you to know if you truly should trust them with, deeper issues or deeper situations. And I do believe believe in friendship tests because you do have to walk through it. Otherwise, how would you know if they are your true friends or not? Before you start creating friendships or before you truly start considering someone, there's certain steps that you have to walk them through to know if they are your true friends or not. The first stage, we all know about it, is the excitement stage. And that is the stage where you get to know them, you interacted with them a first time, you really liked them, you guys had an amazing conversation, you maybe exchange numbers or exchange Instagrams or Snapchat, and from there you guys just wanting to know more about each other because you guys had things in common. Everything about that person was very exciting to you, and in your mind you start formulating the idea of having them as your friend. This is the excitement state. Now that you have exchanged numbers, Instagrams, you guys speak on a regular, you guys get to know more about each other, maybe book some dates out here and there for you guys to spend some time together and speak. And possibly even in this stage, that's when you have some deep conversations. Now, not so deep as exposing everything about your life, but there are a few things that you say to them and they say to you, and now you start to create a type of bond where you guys talking more, being more together, sharing deeper things, not just surface level. And this is the second stage. Then from there you go to the third stage, which for me is the most important, which is the testing stage, or sometimes like I like to call it the truth stage, because this stage is where you know the truth. You might believe this or not, but in every friendship there's going to come a moment and a time that you guys are going to suffer or experience some type of situation that's going to prove to you if they are your true friends or not. Sometimes they're going to be in a circle of friends and they're going to see everyone speaking bad about you. They will have a decision. They stand up at the moment and speak, or if they stay quiet. Or sometimes they're going to be in a moment where you guys are arguing because you guys don't agree about something, and then in that moment you will see how they behave. If they just, just because you said something that they didn't like, if they're going to just reject you for the rest of the day or not talk to you or start like speaking bad about you or not caring about you at all, or if they're going to sit you down to have a conversation and to actually try to resolve things because they really appreciate like this friendship. So there's always going to be one decision, one thing that they're going to say, one thing they're going to do that's going to show to you if they are your true friends or not. And in this moment, that's when you truly start to see who is the person that is next to you. You are only able to see this when you guys are in a hard moment, because when everything is good, flowery, all nice, they will show you their best version. But when things start to get dodgy and when things start to get hard, that's when you actually see who your friends truly are. And it's true. And this can be seen in different types of ways. Sometimes it's when you are actually growing. Now you are financially stable. Now you are in a different position in life and you see that they are not very supportive. They are always speaking bad about you. They are always saying, oh, why are you pursuing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That's so awkward. And they come with this type of comments to just put you down when you're actually doing something to improve your life. You'll be able to see. I could be here the whole day because there's going to be different things that are going to happen to show to you that this friend is actually fake. And you need to be attentive to that in the testing stage. Even though, let's be honest, there are things that are just clearly fake, but there are certain things that might not be for you and might not be for me. Of course, there is always a setting rule, which if you do this, most likely you are. But also be aware that there is your own version of what is fake to you and what you don't allow people to do to you. Before we dive into this topic, I just wanted to bring it to light that we are in a society where everything needs to be black and white. And sometimes when it comes to friendships, I believe that we are in a culture where everyone is like, if they do something wrong to you, just cancel them. If they do something wrong with you, just cut them off and stuff like that. I just like to say that sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's not about whether you are a good friend or bad friend, because what I come to see sometimes is that there is no room for understanding. There is no room for you to place yourself in another person's shoes to understand why they have acted a certain way or done a certain thing. I do feel that we as human beings, we always have to give the benefit of a doubt. Even with your friends, even with your closest friends, you always have to give them the benefit of the doubt. I personally have been in a situation where I really thought that these friends were being fake towards me, and to be honest, I was in a season that I didn't really like that, so I just cut them off. I stopped speaking with everyone, and years later there was something that happened and I got to see them again. We got into this opportunity to actually sit down and speak, and we spoke about everything, and I was like, if we had this conversation at that moment, I would be able to understand that you guys were actually not fake with me. It's just situation that happened, stuff that happened that I was not able to understand understand because it was from another angle, from another point of view, because that conversation never happened and it just ended up happening years later. I was not able to have this vision, this understanding, and it just ended up being a friendship lost by a belief that was actually not even true. So I really just want to bring it to life that sometimes things happen and you don't have the full picture, and sometimes it's very important for you to have the full picture before you start saying that is fake, the other is fake. No, try your best to practice understanding and understand that as well with your friends. It's not everything that you're going to tolerate, but at least always try your best to understand where they're coming from, why they did what they did, if there is a reason behind it, and if you guys can resolve it. I really remember someone saying that the one thing that we lack in this society is the ability for us to understand and have discussions that are maybe uncomfortable about opinions or different things that we think about, but have that discussion in a healthy way where I listen to you and you listen to me, and we're not here to point fingers, but to listen to each other's perspective and try to understand. And I really think that in today's society, we don't do that enough. It's like you have your own opinion, you stick to it, and then you go. But like, we don't really try to practice that with the friends that we have, with the family members that we have. And I just think that is very important for you always to listen to what other people have to say. You may not agree with it, but you still listen so you can make your own judgment. But I do hope you have understood, and let's dive into things that people do that actually makes them a fake friend. The first one is the lack of commitment friend. This is the type of friend that they will not care about you, and is going to be evident throughout your whole friendship. You are normally the ones that care more about them, but every time something happens to you, they literally don't care. They don't call you, they don't check on you, they are never worried about you, and you can clearly see that. Every time you are with them, they are just focused on their own achievements, their own stuff. They never care about what you have to say, and if you try to say it, it's like they listen to you for a little while and then they disregard everything you have said it. Yes, there are certain situations where something has happened with them, and for that reason they are not able to give you back. In some cases I understand that, but when it's cases that it's days after days, months after months, then you have to reconsider that they actually don't care about you. That's why they don't check on you, that's why they don't really listen to you, because they don't care about your opinion. Another thing that shows an uncommitted friend is when you start feeling that the relationship is one-sided. You are the one that starts doing the plans, you are the one that starts speaking with them, you do everything, they do nothing. They don't call you, they don't send you a message. It's very much one-sided, and when you have those type of relationships, you will know, because it's only you that does for the relationship to survive. And it's very unfair when you have a relationship where it's only you pouring into it, because if the other person is not giving it back, it ends up being you wasting your time. If this is a friend that you have, then most likely they're being fake towards you. Now, next one is when your friends actually speak bad about you behind your back. This is a red flag. If I speak about myself, I am the type of friend that if I really like you and if you are part of my friendships, I will be close to you, I'll support you, I will help you. It doesn't matter if you are here or in another country, I will still speak to you like we are together. I will not allow no distance, no other friends, no family to try to prevent this friendship that I have with you. And if I have a very strong link, I'll consider you as family. You are not just my friend, you are now my family. And that's how I take friendships. If I consider you, then I care for you. So if you are exactly like me, if they now go into a situation where they are now speaking bad about you, this is not just a friend and this is not just a close friend. This is family now. And for me, it's always a no-no. I'll let you know what I'm thinking, but I will never do that with others. And let me be honest, and let's not be hypocrites over here, but sometimes there are situations where your friend does a mistake, does something that's wrong. Now, I am not saying that you guys need to fully back them up and, completely close your eyes and not see what is in front of you. That's not what I'm saying. When there is a situation that my friend has done something wrong, something that I don't agree with, I'll pull them to the side and I'll speak with them. I'll not just go and speak bad about them to whoever, because that's not what close friends do. Let's not forget that feedback is actually friendship as well. And if you see your friend doing something wrong, I'm not just saying for you to shut your mouth and not say anything. Of course not. Give them that feedback, speak to them privately. That's what a friend should do. If your friends are not doing that, but the first initial reaction is to go to someone else to speak what you have done bad, your mistake, then that's a shade. That's a red flag. Another thing that tends to happen a lot is maybe you say, oh Claudia, but they didn't speak bad about me, but they were there when they were speaking bad about me. Then you should be concerned concerned about this as well, because if there is a room of people and they are in the middle, everyone in that room is speaking bad about you and they are just silent, not saying absolutely anything, neither to protect you, neither to tell them to speak to you, neither to change the subject, then something is wrong. Because how can everyone be speaking bad about you and this person that knows you for real doesn't stay there to stand up to speak for you? Oh, Claudia, but they were silent. No, silent is also an answer. And if there is someone that is there that knows you truly and they don't stand up for you, not for your mistake, I'm not saying to stand up for your mistake, I'm saying standing up for the person you are, to possibly say, no, that didn't happen, or no, it wasn't like that. Look, I understand what you're saying, but just go and speak to her about it. If these things are not what's coming out of their mouth, then it's concerning, because if they're not protecting you when you are not there, I wonder if this is your true friend. I truly think that this is going to very much depend on who you are as a person, or who your friend is as a person. Because I'll give you my example. I have many situations where I'm not very close to people, and sometimes people come to me to speak about them, and I still protect them. My initial thought and my initial thing to say is always to say, have you spoke to them? Have you confirmed with them? Have you had this discussion with them before? It's not for me to join into the conversation and start speaking, oh yeah, that person looks like this, looks like that, and the other. No, it's actually to revert back to the other person, the responsibility to go and check, because we never know. I do this with people that are my friends, but I also do this with people that are not very close to me, because the easiest thing for you to do is for someone to speak bad about a person and for you to go there and start joining the conversation and start speaking bad as well. It's easy for you to do that, but it's harder for you to be like, no, maybe something happened, maybe it's not like that, look, have a conversation with them, look, wait to see. It's harder to do that, but if you have that in you already, then it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Another thing, and I really think that this is one of the stuff that people don't talk enough about, it is the way that people speak to you. I always have to say this because it's true. The way that people speak to you really shows if they are your true friends or not. If you are the type of person that your friendship groups are always saying negative things, talking to you badly, putting you down, I'm letting you know this is not your true friends. We enter into a relationship, we make sure that our partner is not saying swear words to us, is not treating us bad, speaking to us badly. But when we enter into a friendship, we then out of a sudden think that that is allowed and people can do that. They cannot. If they are your true friends, they cannot. What comes out of their mouth, it should be to make you feel good. It should be positive words. It should never be something that's going to make you down. And if they are doing that, especially doing that consistently, they are not your true friends, because your true friends will never want to see you down, and your friends will never put you down with their own words. And I know some people are going to come here to say, oh no, Claudia, but that's normal. It's not normal for someone to say F off, or it's not normal for someone to start to call you names. Even if it is as a joke, it is not normal, and this should be addressed in any type of friendship, because we shouldn't allow our friends, especially our close friends, to treat us badly in any type of way. Now, of course, this is just a few, but there are many signs that will prove that your friends are wrong. This is just the most important ones, and the ones that I think people should take into consideration. But now that you have identified fake friends, let's see how to deal with them. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to identify your friendships. In the beginning, I was speaking about friends of association, I was speaking about party friends, different friendships that you can have. You need to sit yourself down and you need to identify, this is the different type of friendships that I have, and this is the type of friendships that I truly believe they are being fake to me. Once you identify them and once you know who your fake friends are, then we go to the second stage, which is to identify the actions that they're having towards you that you truly think that are fake. The reason why I say to identify their actions is that the first thing that your friends are going to try to make you is dumb, crazy, confusing. They're going to truly try to gaslight you into thinking that they are your true friend. If you do not know, or if you are in your emotions, and if you are very set, which we all going to be if we are in a situation where we start to identifying that our friends are not really true friends and start being fake towards us, if you are in your emotions and now you go talk to them, it's not going to work. You're going to end up being more confused than anything, and you're going to start disregarding stuff. So what you're going to do, you're going to calm yourself down, you're going to sit down, you're going to think about the actions that they had towards you, maybe 3 that you can point out that really hurted you, and you're going to go to the third stage. So the third stage is communicate with them and give them the benefit of a doubt. As I said previously, there were many moments that all the stuff that I need, it was to truly have a conversation. Because if I had a conversation, I would be able to understand and move on. This was with the fake friends I had. I'm not going to be the person that going to stand here and say, look, cut them off, don't speak to them. Yeah, if they were fake with you, then just go move with your life, don't care about them, blah da da da. I will not say that. What I will tell you though is that there are different types of friends. There are the type of friends that you know for sure, if you sit them down to speak, they are so proudful and they are so full of themselves that they won't listen to anything that you are saying, and they will probably walk off that conversation saying that you were the one to blame when that is actually not true. However, there are the type of friends that you don't know what their reaction are going to be. There are type of friends that you're going to be more comfortable in having certain types of conversations. If that is the case, then I would advise you to then sit with them and talk. And after that, you will have two choices. You will have the one that's going to completely ignore your feelings. They're not going to pay attention and they're just going to think that you're making drama and not really care about what you're saying. And there is the other ones that they will actually care about everything that you have said. You will see long term that they're actually trying to change whatever you have addressed to them. They are actually not the same anymore, not doing the same things that have upset you, and your friendship is even better than it was before. Of course, for the first option, it's clear that you're just going to cut them off, because if they are ignoring your feelings, what you have talked to them, if they have ignored everything that you have said, then we go to the final stage, which is create distance. Now, the reason why I say create distance instead of cutting them off straight away is because sometimes for certain types of friendships, it's going to be very odd if you just sit them down to say, we're not going to be friends anymore, I am going to distance myself from you, blah da da da. That conversation is going to be so awkward that it's just not going to really benefit neither you neither them. So I never advise, if you are thinking on cutting off people, for you to have that type of conversation, because I never had. In most fake friendships, you'll be able to know and to distance yourself straight away by not really doing much. Most of these friendships are very much one-sided. Only you are doing stuff to maintain and to make this friendship survive. So the moment that you stop doing whatever you are doing, they will become distant automatically, because you are the one giving into this friendship. When they ask you to hang out, maybe just say that you're busy, that you're doing other stuff. They will not really confront you. They will just accept whatever has happened, because most likely they will have other people that they're cleaning into, and they're not going to even remember you, because for them, you are not their true friend. Creating distance is literally the best way, and it also avoids you having to explain things that are not really explainable. It's very hard when you have an idea of disassociating yourself with your friend, and you might start feeling that you're going to be alone. I have to tell you that it is best for you to stay alone than for you to stay together with someone that doesn't truly value you, because if they don't value you and if they're not giving you the credit that you deserve, then it's better for you to be alone. And I know that being alone can be very hard, but I can guarantee you that if you disconnect yourself from all of your fake friends, you will make new connections, and these new connections are going to be true connections, because now you have experience. So take this into consideration. Let me know in the comments, how is the situation for you, how things are going. Don't forget to follow as well if this video was very helpful and it has helped you in any way, shape or form. Also, don't forget to follow my social medias, and I shall see you in the next one.